Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Studio One. Now, many working parents rely on nannies to help with day-to-day chores and looking after the kids. But when it comes to child safety, how sure are you that your nanny would know what to do in an emergency?
Joining us from Back to Basics, a nanny training programme that deals with children's safety, injury prevention and paediatric first aid, is Tracy Fountain. Thanks very much indeed for being with us.
Thank you.
It's very kind. And of course, we will be hearing or seeing Remus and Shima throughout the show as well, because we have a training programme ongoing at the moment right here in the studio. So we'll be talking about that in due course. But tell me first and foremost, why the need for a unique approach here? We talked in the previous interview about living in such a cosmopolitan society. People have different ideas with regards to bringing up children. Is the approach unique in this part of the world?
That reason, exactly. You know, we've got people from all different parts of the world, all with different levels of understanding towards safety. You know, home help, especially from Sri Lanka, from the Philippines, from Ethiopia. So I think it's very important that we look at the dynamics in the home, that you could have perhaps an Arabic or a European family, perhaps an Ethiopian or a Filipino housemaid. So don't presume that they've got the same level of understanding or awareness that you've been brought up with. So we need to...
Is that one of the pitfalls that you see quite often, the presumption that people make with regards, is it?
I would say at least 40% of the people we train don't know the ambulance number.
Really?
It's very high, and that's parents also. We're not just talking about home help. So it's often until an accident actually happens that people actually realise the level of understanding that they have themselves or their home help has. So I think we do need to consider culture, we need to consider language factors, and the fact that we're all, together in a melting pot here, that we need to address it differently.
Now, is it just nannies that your institute trains, or is it also parents? Because I believe that prevention and safety needs to be informed and educated to both the parties.
Yeah, definitely. You know, we highly recommend that the parents and the home help unite to make positive changes. You know, we do get lots of sponsors sending their nannies on the course, but we also get phone calls following the course, asking us about what they should do or if she's doing this right. Well, the idea is go on the course yourself, then you can also lead by example in the home. So it's very important that everyone, including the children themselves, are included in making changes in the home.
Now, obviously you offer a number of courses, a number of demonstrations as well. As I mentioned, we've got one ongoing at the moment down here in studio. Remus, who is the trainer, is just going through a few paces with Shima, who is training to be a nanny at the moment. Is this sort of indicative of what you would find at one of the courses and demonstrations? Yeah,
we cover really preparing your home for an emergency, if you need to make the ambulance number, what the challenges are that the ambulance services face and how you can make the calls really effective. We cover every incident, really focusing on a lot of the key issues that we have in this region, from poisoning situations, rescue drowning, falls, head injuries, anything related to injuries that can occur in and around the home.
Okay, and we've got a one-on-one going on here. Would there be group sessions as well or not?
Right, we train from 6 to 12 people max in a classroom. That goes for parents or the home help. We train separately so everyone's learning with their own peers. And we also offer private in-home training for, we have a lot of busy parents that, are on perhaps remote areas or communities they don't want to travel back into, to central Dubai. So we can go to the home as well. We train over weekends, which makes it easier for the parents.
Okay, and how long is this course? How many classes or how many hours do you need to attend?
The full training of what we offer is over a period of 6 hours, but for the benefit of the parents, obviously they've got needs, they've got children, home help has also got work. We split it into 2 3-hour sessions. So we conduct the emergency paediatric response first, and then they can come back at a later stage and take on the first aid for infants and children.
Just looking through a couple of the pamphlets here, this is one of the books that you've produced on first aid for infants and children. This particular one in English, but they don't only come in English, do they?
No, we have them in Arabic, English, Sri Lankan, Filipino, Indonesian. So the various languages. And it's the first community programme that's been endorsed in the region by the first governing body here, which is Dubai Corporation for Ambulance Services, supported by DHA and also Health Authority Abu Dhabi.
So the focus here is prevention of, well, not prevention of emergencies, because I suppose we can't really predict when an emergency is going to happen, but in the event of an emergency, people knowing, parents and caregivers, what to do.
Right, it's about how to prevent an accident in the first place. You know, this is the key. However, accidents will happen, and being completely competent with best practice in how to respond to an incident if an accident occurs. There's many myths, come from many different countries, you know, which we're really trying to avoid. So, you know, if a child does get burnt, knowing that you do not put butter on it, you know, that there is a best practice that we should be following.
So, okay, Tracy, so in case of an emergency, what's the number we call?
999.
Perfect.
999. Have you been surprised by the response you've had so far?
Yeah, we've trained, it's really been word of mouth, to be honest, and since November we've trained around 700 parents in home help.
Wow,
700. That have come to us. We're getting sponsorship now from various companies that are endorsing programmes, so yeah, it's great.
Well done to you. Well done to all the
Thank you.
team at Back to Basics. Tracy, thanks so much indeed for
Thank you so
being
much.
with us. Thanks also to Remus and Shima as well for taking us through the demonstration.